Hello guys, welcome to the class number 6. So as always, I just see that there are some of you already connected. So welcome guys, welcome to the class number 6. And I see that some of you, as always, are already connected. So remember that we are going to start with the weight team class, okay? So guys, very important for this, I'm going to send some greetings here. So welcome Kenzie, I see that you are in the chat. Very early in the morning, so welcome Davon, as always. Thank you so much for coming to the streaming. Welcome Andy, nice to see that you are coming back, and welcome Mr. Noob. I see that you are just coming too, so welcome. There's another one, but I don't know how to pronounce your name because it's in Chinese. But welcome to the class, truly sorry for that. Welcome Bantam Trong. Welcome also to the class, and let's start with the class. Probably I will need to get this a little bit down so you will be able to see me better. Yes, that's right, you are able to see me better. All right, so welcome Pedro, I see that you are inside the room. Okay, so we are going to do the 15 minutes, other 20 minutes rating room. Guys, try to access, probably with this, you will be able to see and play with me. All right, not a problem. I'm going to activate my chat here, as this map doesn't require that much amount of connection because it's a very simple map, but it's a stable one. So I will do that. Okay. All right, guys. So what do we have to do here? We have to push the other players to fall, okay? You need to make them fall. Very good, I see I'm fighting with Pedro and Mr. Noob at the same time. Okay, they are very good evading my attacks. But not for long, guys, not for long. Oh, okay, so okay. Very good, I killed Mr. Noob. Who's left here? Okay, I see there is a player just hiding on there. And it's Pedro. But it's not fair, Pedro is like staying on there. Okay, Pedro, welcome. Oh. That's not fair. Who kills me like that? Oh, I see. Okay, that I fall actually very quick. All right. You were very quick on this one. Unfortunately, if in this map, if I fall, I have to restart the map because, as you see in the screen, I get completely kicked out from the game. But very good, GG. Of course, there was a lot of players in the other teams, but let's do it again. I'm going to create the game room, guys, okay? You are from Vietnam, okay? Yes, I realized by your name. Actually, after playing MiniWord, I learned how to recognize some languages by the way the language is being written. But yeah, I recognize that you are from Vietnam, so just to send greetings to all Vietnam too. And probably I know that you are learning with Alien Game, which actually is a very good teacher and also a very good map creator. I love his maps. All right, so let me. Yeah, all of you were in the blue team. That's correct. All right, let's start the game. Okay, I'm in the yellow team. This time everyone is in different teams. Okay, let me change that. I'm not very good playing at third person, so I prefer to play in first person. Oh. Okay, Pedro, we need to take down first Kenzie. Otherwise, probably we are going to fail. Oh, I almost did it. Okay, I have 2 of them attacking me now. Oh, I fall. Guys, I think we need to change the game because the problem is that every time I fail, or every time I get down or I get into the abyss, the game actually is going to end. So we are going to change the room to another room, okay? Let me change it. Alright, let's do the next thing. I'm going to change the song. Okay, I prefer this one, to be honest. And I'm going to reduce a little bit the volume. Okay, now that's better for me because now I will be able to speak. In the other one I was like just screaming because the music was too loud. Alright, so in the live chat, let me check, guys. So I wanna know, guys, if you just remember while we are playing this waiting room, I just wanna know if you have some questions, so I will be able to resolve your questions in real time, okay? Alright, I know Mr. Noob is right here. If you want to invite Pedro, it's okay. Okay, Pedro Jose is already here. So as I will be able to play with Pedro, I will send an invite, a friend invite to Pedro because, well, I will be able to play with him. So let me send you an invite to Pedro Jose. Alright, I send a friend request. Alright, so just to explain the rules about this. So inside the game, when we played, we are going to have some time to build actually the map, to build our defenses. And yes, we are all with default skins. And what you have to do is just, when the game starts, the team that shoots into the enemy target is the one that is going to it's going to win, okay? So the main objective is to attack the enemy target, okay, guys? So let's play. Let's see how it works. Probably you are going to like it. I like the gameplay about this game. And also the arrows are going to destroy some blocks, okay? So as soon as we start, we are going to have some time to build our defenses. Okay, guys, so that's the first thing that we are going to do. Alright, so oh, the computer mic. I always forgot about that. It's because sometimes when the specific maps to use the mic sometimes gets a little bit of lag. So that's why I always forgot to just to activate this. Okay. Just remember to build your defenses. Alright, very good, guys. So now the work is to go to the enemy team and try to destroy the enemy team. Oh, God. Okay, very good, guys. That's what we have to do. We need to hit the enemy target. Very well made. And let's start another room, okay? So very good, but you start to build your defenses a little bit late. That's why probably we will be able to beat you very quick. And I think I need to fix this. For some reason, the red team is actually not getting the right skin. Yeah. It's quite simple. It takes the time to learn, but as you see, once you learn, it's very easy to play. Okay, we are now 6 players versus 6 players. That's going to be best. The best way to actually complete this. Let me activate the microphone. Now I have it activated. And let's build very quick here our defenses. So first thing that I do always is to create this. So with this, the other team is not going to see where we are located, and we will be able to attack the team directly. And also, I put some spaces where you can jump. No, but don't do that! Oh, my friend. It's okay. So, I always place something like this, so you will be able to walk. But don't destroy the areas where we can actually access. Alright? Oh, that's very cool. You made ender pearls. I see. That's very cool. So when you hit something, that you are going to be able to be teleported. That's very good. If you want to share the trigger with us, that's going to be very nice. For now, I'm going to activate. Remember, guys, when you complete your construction, just activate the lever. It's the lever, the switcher, and with that you can start the game. Okay. So remember, in the back there is a part where you can see a ready text. Okay, that's the one. Very good. Now we will be able to fight. Oh, okay. That I didn't was able to make it to react to that. That's very good. Okay. Ooh, that was a little bit complicated. Okay, you're doing it great. Very good. So we won this one. Hi Gabriel, how are you? You want to join to the room? Remember that we are playing arrows, and yeah, let me invite you to the room. So guys, we still have some minutes more. Alright, I hope you like it. This one, let me invite someone else. Oh no, there is no more people connected right now except Kenzie, but I know Kenzie cannot play sometimes with me. Just to the internet connection. Yeah, GG guys. Oh, to be honest, Davon with triggers, but I'm not sure how it's going to work, the triggers for this one or the. Oh, don't worry. What you can do is you can send me a message through Discord, and with that you can share the trigger. Just to send a screenshot is going to be enough. And yes, I don't know how to enchant like in the new version. I haven't tested that. I guess we will be able to do it if we use the triggers, but I haven't tried yet. That's very good. The other team is building the defenses. Okay. That's very good, Mr. Noob. Yeah, you also can do it with the status. And welcome, Senor Lucas. Well, we are already ready. There's a big problem, and it's that we fall on here. We forgot the way to to jump over here. So we won't be able to climb. But well, I guess the other team is going to do it. No, we can't. I see. Alright guys, so what is GG? Okay, so GG is like a slang for gamers, and it means good game. Okay, so if someone told you good game, it means that it was something fun that you can enjoy. But if someone tells you easy, like this, like easy, that means that you were an easy to defeat player. And if someone just write in the chat WP, means we'll play it. Hi Gaps, how are you? Okay, the game starts. Wow, that was a good hit. Yeah, that's the problem, guys. You didn't build like a defense. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, that's what it means. There is a lot of game like slangs that you can learn, but the most important and the most used one is easy. The one that says GG, that is good game, is the most used one, and it will play it. Alright guys, so let's do another fight, and let me show you a trick, okay? So when you get your like skills, or you get into the game, what you can do is to build some powerful blocks. So there is a block that cannot be destroyed, and cannot be destroyed by just arrows. You need to destroy it with your hands. So you can use that block to protect your target, to avoid the other team to attack your target, okay? So let me show you. And also there is a lot of extra items. As an example, this block you can pass through, but it's going to stop some arrows, okay? And this one is a strong block, okay? So I'm going to make 3 of them, because in game those blocks are going to be a little bit expensive. And what I'm going to do is to place this powerful block on here. So with this, the players won't be able to destroy it. Yeah, that's very good. So with that we can give the game target like an extra protection, but as this is a little bit expensive. Okay, that was weird. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's protect this area. All right. Okay, I have no more blocks. And I see that the other team is building. I'm very good. I see that they are building just the same structures that we are. Oh, thank you so much. All right. So we are going to be sure with this that we are not going to get direct hits. And very important, we build here a staircase, so we will be able to access to the higher area. Okay? All right. We still have 2 blocks, so let's protect this entrance, okay? And I'm going to hit the ready. We can push the players a little bit. Yeah, I can see just what are you saying right now? Easy game. But most of the times, yeah, it's like something that the players are telling you, that you were easy to handle, that you are not the best player. Okay, So yeah, guys, remember to hit, yeah, that's it. Very good, Capes. Okay, we have the target. We can see the target, guys. Protect your target. Remember that you have blocks. Very good, guys. And that's it. Alright, guys. So, GG for all of you. You are very good playing at this. So I'm really glad to play with you, okay? For now, we are going to enter right now the waiting room because we are going to start the class, okay? So, let me just change to full screen. And welcome, guys. Welcome to the class number 6, the last class for this minicamp. And as always, just starting tomorrow, actually not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, we are going to have the time to submit your maps. You can start submitting your maps. GG for every one of you. And just to let you know, we are going to have like public votation as always, and I'm going to be very pending to your maps. Very important, guys. As always, I tell you this: review your map before submitting. Be sure that when you put this map into the minicamp is with the last version. That means that you update the last version of the map to the server, to the gallery. And very important, guys, another important thing that is going to be very important for me is that you submit the map in playable mode. Because a lot of you in the previous minicamps were submitting the maps in creation mode. And as we are not able to test how the map works in creation mode, most of the times you get unqualified or you get disqualified. So that's very important, guys, okay? So now let me change to the screen, the normal screen, where we can see the presentation. All right, guys, and let me show you what we have here. As always, guys, a quick review. You can see here on the 13th of September, Chinese time. So that means that for you that are in Asia, it's almost your time. Probably Vietnamese people is going to have 1 day before, 1 hour before. You can start submitting your map depending on your area. Just to remind you, this is Shanghai time. Actually, you need to get the comparison for your country area, okay? And we are going to have until the 20th of September, but very important, guys. Remember to submit your map at least 1 day before, just in case, as an example, in your area, your internet could be completely disconnected for some reason, or the server can be damaged, or anything can happen. So I highly advise you to submit your map at least 2 days before. And very important, guys, if you have a clock, if you have a calendar, just add these dates to the calendar so you are going to be sure that the map that you submit is going to be available and it's going to work, okay? Another important thing, guys, is that in the 21st of September to the 23rd, we are going to start qualifying your works. That means that I'm going to personally qualify your works. Also, the mini developer team is going to do it. And finally, we are going to have a public votation ship. And with that, we are going to check if your map gets into the first or second places or it's getting any award. So quick review for the prices, guys. Excellent award is going to be for $40. It's going to be up to 8 persons or 8 people. The best learning award is going to be for $35 and it's going to be up to 16 people. And the most creative, $35, that is like the second prize also. It's going to have up to 5 person or 5 people. And the best progress award is going to be for $15. This is going to be just for people that is not developer or starting developers, the ones that are in level 0 as developers, and it's going to be for $15. Then we are going to have the shortlisted award prize that I love this skin. I really love this word. And it's going to be for all of you that create a playable, cool, and innovating PvP team map, okay? Now, very important, guys, check this. If you create, if you just follow the rules about creating the map and you implement everything that I teach you here, you will have high chances to get the best learning award. So if you see, there is something here that is going to be the limits of people that can get the prizes. And if you see, the most of the people is going to get the best progress, and the second one is going to be the best learning award. Okay, so I encourage you just to create the map with most of the things that I'm going to teach you, so you will be able, or you are going to have more chances to get a prize. Because as an example, I love the creative maps, but if you see, the creative section is the section where you get less chances to win a prize. Okay, another important thing, guys, here is just this. We are going to have for 3 different prizes for today. If we get more than 2,000 views, we are going to have another prize, but most of the times we don't reach that amount of numbers. Okay, another important thing, guys, remember that the MiniCamp English group has this specific Discord link where you can access and you can ask me questions and all those things. Yes, that's correct. As Gabriel says, most of the people on the English class are going to access after the live streaming already ended. So around 2 hours and 3 hours later, we are going well, I'm going to have a lot of people watching this video, but in the live streaming, it's actually not getting as much people as the Spanish class. Now, as always, guys, use a computer and use something to take notes with, okay? As this is the last class, that is not going to be that much important anymore, but it's just something that I highly recommend, okay? Now, for the class objectives, guys, we are going to start actually, okay? So, what we are going to get for the class objectives? First, we are going to learn the second part of the mount triggers that we left. We are going to learn how to create a store system, and I'm going to teach you some tricks with text and blocks that you are going to learn. Probably some of you have noticed a lot of strange things in my maps. As an example, you can see floating icons. You are going to learn things like that. So let's start, and just to remind you of the 6 classes, this is the last week. Starting at the next week, we are going to have the actually contest and award week, okay? So just to let you know, now let's start with the mount system. As always, I always get confused with Spanish with this word because it's very similar, okay? But yeah, system in English is with the Y on here. So let's start with the mount system, guys. What is going to happen right here? Well, right here, we already made most of the triggers, most of the different elements, but we still left some of them. So as you notice here, we are going to create 3 new triggers. Those are going to be very simple triggers. There is one that is going to be kind of tricky, but it's something that I want to teach you so you can sync some of your variables and some of your triggers with scripts in case you want to I don't know, use a script to change a variable. And we left a script that is going to be auto-mount. That is going to be very simple. It's one of the simplest scripts on the game, okay? So let's start. Let's complete this process by moving to MiniWorld, okay? Just a second, let me change my screen to be sure that you are seeing actually the right one. Yeah, the text and the block, that's correct. Well, that are going to be together, you can see. So what I'm going to teach you is how to use that block to create those texts in the air, those icons in the air. So we are going to move directly to our map, okay? Remember our map, the map that we've been working with. We are going to move to that one, okay? So we are going to open our map, and what we need, as always, to do this is the first thing that we are going to do is to search for the script, guys. So remember, the website where I have all my scripts is just right here into the chat. It's just in the description of every video. It's in the description from the channel and also in the MiniCamp Discord group, okay? So what we are going to do is when you open an access to this website, let me change the screen. Yeah, now you can see it better. We are going to search for the one that says PvP auto mount, okay? That's very important, guys. This is not only working for the PvP map. You can use this script for creating any auto mount. That means that when you call or when you summon a creature, the player is going to appear just over the creature and already mounting, okay? So on here, you are going to see all this information. What you are going to do is just to copy from the line 1 to the line number 38. As always, guys, on here, probably you are going to get this like just translate it to another language that could be your personal language. As an example, Chinese, Indonesian, or Thai language. So if something like this happens, you need to be sure that here in the top of the screen, as always, your browser is not translating the website. So be sure to press on the translate icon and show the original work, okay? Otherwise, you are going to get errors and you won't be able to make this work, okay? Just copy all the lines. Be sure also that you are not copying any extra part apart from the code, that you are not copying like the interface for the websites. And if you are in a cell phone, probably you need to hit where it says show text, okay, or show code. Once you have that, you are going to access back to MiniWord. And why I have this on here? Okay, I have something here. Where is that? Well, I don't know. All right, so what you are going to do is just hit on triggers or on scripts on developer tools. And on there, you are going to create a new script, okay? So as always, first thing first, you are going to delete all the script inside. You are going to paste the script that I just showed you how to import. You are going to save. That's very important, guys. Saved. And if you get any error, that means that you copy something wrong, okay? So an example, let me show you what you can get. Just going to change this a little bit, okay? So as you see here, it's telling me that we have an error. If something like that happens, just try to copy again and paste the code, okay? So in my case, I already have it like it's supposed to be. Just rename it. In my case, I'm going to put the name as a mount system, okay? And that's it. It's already working, but don't remember that you need to set up a few things, okay? So as always, in every of my scripts, you are going to see this section that says setup, okay? So remember, you are going to have all the text that is the description, blah, 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 and just on some point, you are going to have the setup section. And on here, you can see the different setups, okay? This, in comparison of most of the scripts that I teach you how to do, is not going to have a limit. You can add as much as scripts or as actors as that you want it. So very important, guys. What you can do on here, you are going to see this variable with a number. So in my case, it's already set up for two different mounts, the mount for the team red and the mount for the team blue. If you add more mounts, what you can do is just copy one of the lines, paste it, and very important, change the number here for the next number. So if I already have one here, two here, the next number in here is going to be the number 3. And on here, the second number, this number after the equals symbol, is going to be the actor ID or the mob ID of your mob, the mob that you want to use as a mount, okay? That actually you don't want to use, that is already a mount. So how do you do that? You need to get that ID. Remember that you can use just on here, if you are in a computer, just select creature, and you are going to have all the information for your mounts, okay? Just if you put the mouse over it, you are going to see the numbers. Also for the actual mobs, the mounts that already exist in game, okay? As you see here. But also, if you are in a cell phone, or you don't want to use that method, remember that just put this item in your hand. That is going to be the, well, this item, I forgot the name, I think is going to be quick editor. Yeah, handed editor. And just put right click on your mob, the mob that you want to get the ID with. And it's going to appear this screen where you can see the model ID here. This is the ID that you need to copy and paste, okay? In my case, the robot, the mob that we need to use is going to be the number 2 for this one. That is my bot for the team red. And for the team blue, it's going to be the number 5, okay? So as you see, what I did here is just to put those numbers here, okay? I don't need a third one for now, But just to let you know, that's how you add more mobs, okay? And just hit save, okay? I already have it set up on here, so just going to hit save. And right now, every time that you spawn your mob, it's going to be over the mob. So let me show you the example, okay? Let me show you an example very quick. Here, what I'm going to do is to deactivate auto mount, and I'm going to play the game, okay? And guys, let me show you right now. If I put them up here, if I spawn it, I will be over the mount, okay? That's how it works actually. I forgot to deactivate something else. Let's try to do a double check and see what was the error here. And I think I still have yes. In the Spanish class, I forgot to deactivate that. So now let's do it again. Once more, if I get the mob right here, if I use it, we know the script, the mob is going to be on the floor. Of course, I will be able to mount it because I already have this transformed into a mount, but it's not going to be auto-mounted. We have to wait a little bit, and that's it, guys, okay? So on this point, we don't need any other script, like complicated script. Of course, we are going to use a script to do some tricks, but we already finished with all the main system scripts, okay? Now, guys, very important, what we are going to do right now. We are going to add a couple of things here, okay? So right now we already have the system, and you will be able to mount in your mount actually, okay? I made a mistake because this is going to be a permanent one, so I have to delete it. But we left to create some scripts for our mount system, okay? And that's what we are going to do right now, okay? So let me use the sniper rifle here. Let me kill them off. All right. Now we will be able to continue. So what I'm going to ask you to do is just to access to your triggers. And we are going to create a new folder, okay? The new folder is going to be named as a mesh, okay? So create a new trigger set and rename it as a mesh or as a mount, whatever you want to give it the name, okay? Remember that here we are going to have the left item, so the left mesh system that we left to create. So just hit and create mesh. Then you are going to add a new trigger and you are going to rename that trigger. You are going to put mesh or mount int, okay? And what we are going to have in mounting, okay? Mounting is going to detect when the players access to the mount, okay? So how you are going to do that? It's very simple, okay? So check this also. Okay, so if I do this, I'm going to get an effect that actually is not going to do anything. In my case, it's going to reduce the size so I can fit in them up, but it's not required for you, okay? So how do you do this, okay? You are going to create a new event, that specific trigger, and you are going to add a new event, okay? The event is player, and player drives a vehicle, okay? You have to search here because I don't remember where exactly is it. Okay, it's riding mount. You add the riding mount, and the riding mount is going to give you some parameters. We are going to use those, okay? Remember when you hit the I or the information here, you can see all the parameters. So the first thing that you are going to do is that you are going to create a private variable, because with this we can do some tricks. As an example, we always can set up a mesh for a player, okay? So it's very simple. Just hit on here, creature setup. Remember to do that, you need to hit here in assigned and select creature. Remember, very important, creature, this one, no this one that says creature type. Those are going to be different, so we are going to use the one that says creature. And under, you are going to do the next thing. You are going to go to function library, player private variable creature, and under we are going to have this UID, this new UI, okay, this new interface. You are going to select players in trigger event, and you are going to create a new variable that is going to be called match, okay? Or mount in your case. In my case, it's match because I have robots instead of mounts. In your case, it's going to be mounts. It's going to be easier to remember as creature in target event, okay? That's very important, guys. And I forgot to put the music on again. Now you will be able to hear the music. It's a little bit relaxed with it. It's going to be a little bit relaxed for all of us, okay? Now, guys, now that you have that already, we are going to create a second one, okay? So this one is going to just add it like a message. Another cool thing that you can do is that if you want to hear a sound when you access to the mount, just hit here. Just select a special sound effect, plier, turn on special effect, okay? And on there, you are going to add a sound to the plier as an example. If you want to hear a sound every time that the plier access to your mount as an example, you can place like, if your mount is a monster, as an example, a chicken, you can put it a sound like this, okay? Just select your sound and select the amount of volume and information, okay? For now, I already have that in another trigger, so I'm not going to add it right now here. That's going to be useful, very good, very good. So next, on match out, we have to create a new trigger. This is going to detect when the player gets down for the mount, okay? So let me explain why we add this specific like variable when we submit or when we access to the mount. What happens is that if in your game you want to do any like specific execution to the mount instead of the player, you can use that variable as an example. When the player gets hit by a shot with any other like objects, your mount is going to be being burned in fire, okay? And so what you can do is just add an action that is going to be executed to the mount and not to the player. That's why we do that. But it's very important, when we left the mount, when we left the match, we need to clean that. So that means that the player is not going to send the damage to the mount, okay? So that's what a match out is going to do. Just rename it as a match out or mount out. You are going to add a new event. The event is going to be player. And this time you are going to use cancel write. Okay, guys? It's going to be auto-detected when the mount dies, when the player gets down from the mount. Don't add any condition. And the first option that you are going to do is that you are going to make use of player ID. So remember that we create that variable that I told you that we are going to use it in case we need to know the last player that has been mounted. So just use that. So go to player, pardon me. To assigned, you are going to add the other that says creature setup, player setup, okay? And in player setup, we are going to set up that player ID as player in trigger event, okay? That's very important. And then we are going to execute a script. So remember, to add a script execution, just go here, select a script, execute a script, and you are going to see a black screen, okay? This is the one that has been already made. I'm going to make it from 0, so you are going to see what we are going to do. Okay, guys? And here is the trick, why we can use a player ID. Because with scripts, we can clean that variable. That's very important. That's something that you cannot do with triggers, actually. With the scripts, it's going to be available to be made, but you cannot do it in triggers. And what is the option, okay? On here, you always can set up a variable to a value, okay? But you never can set that variable as an empty variable, okay? And when it's an empty variable, it's going to be better for you because, well, it's not going to get memory. And if the system detects that you are using that variable, as that variable is not going to have any value, it's not going to continue. So you are going to avoid that. As an example, if you hit the player and the player is not on the mount anymore, the mount get an effect. As an example, be catched by fire or be deleted, wherever you want to put on there, okay? So how do you do that? You are going to add to the executed script. Once you have it open like this, what you are going to do is that you are going to access here, okay, just to the same page of all the scripts, but you are going to search this time for the one that says client mount, okay? There is a small code for that. It's only 3 lines. And what it does is transform player ID, the variable. That's why it's very important to have the name as just player ID, all in lowercase, and we know the spaces. And the mount, the match, okay? And that's very important. I lied to you. When you create the match variable, it has to have the same name, okay? But let me show you. So you are going to copy and paste this, okay? And that's it. You are going to save it. Of course, if you have a different name for the variables, you need to change it right here, okay? So let me do this. I'm going to add some options here. So let's do this, okay? Local player ID. It's going to be equals to the name of your variable, okay? So guys, very important. I'm changing this code so it's going to be easier to modify by you. Okay, as this is going to have only 5 lines, I'm not going to complicate that much. All right, so what we are going to do is that I'm going to keep it like this. So it's going to be easier for you to edit this. Sorry, guys. I forgot that sometimes a lot of you don't know how to use triggers properly. What you are going to do is on here in the new code that I just going up to update right now is to change just some specific information, okay? So let me delete this. Let me put like this, the information, and you are going to save, okay? So on the top, you are going to see 2 different variables. The first one says player ID name. This is the name of your variable in-game. So remember that we have the player ID just right here. All right, just give me a second. All right, we have the set to player ID, so we need to use the same name as this variable. Exactly, need to match, okay? And the second one, it's the actual variable that we set up here. So remember that we create a private variable that I told you to write it like a mount or a match. So that's the name that you need to put on here. It needs to match. It needs to be exactly the same. Very important. Don't forget that the information needs to be inside those notation marks. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So just copy that code and paste it. Okay. And change the information about those variables according to your map. Okay. And my map, of course, is already matching because I created over the map. But if you see here, it's going to work too. Okay. And that's it, save it, and with that, you already are going to have your variables working, okay? That means that your system is going to work fine, it's going to work properly, and then we need to add just another one, okay? So you are going to add a new trigger right now, guys, and the trigger, it's going to be named as a gamma item, okay? So let me explain why we are doing this. The item that we create before, for summon our mount, is not going to be auto-deleted. It's just going to delete or be deleted manually, okay? So we need to delete the items when the player uses it. So for this one, you are going to add a new event. The event is going to be very simple, guys. What you can do on here is just to add an event that is when player uses a block, okay? Uses a prop. Okay, so now you are going to add a condition. The condition is going to be an OR, and in the condition, you are going to have this specific condition here, and you are going to see that says true. So what you have to do is in the 2 different blocks that you are going to see here, you are going to hit on there, you are going to choose function library, and on here it's going to be a little bit complicated. but you are going to select creature and determine type, okay? You are going to do the same for both of the boxes. Then you are going to expand the first one, and you are going to put the next thing. Item type in event is gamma bot, okay? So remember that you have two different mounts in my case, and in your case it could be only one, but in my case I have two different mobs, okay? So the first one is going to be the red team mount, and the second one the blue team mount. So you need to put on here the item for summon the red team, okay? And you are going to do the same here, but with the blue team item, as you see on here. And that's it. I select two of them, and that's the condition, okay? Remember, it's not the mount mob, it's the item that summons the mob. And what you are going to do is just add a new condition that is going to be item and is going to be clean or delete, plier is going to be on plier, and it's going to be remove item, okay? And what you are going to do is remove the item in trigger event. And that's it. Right now we are already finished with all the triggers, all the actions for our map, at least from this point, okay? So right now we already have our map completely working. Now we are going to add some stored items. So, and this is very important, guys. If you realize in the game, I can buy or get some items. As an example, if I hit here, I'm going to have an advertising here, okay? If I hit here instead, the game is going to offer me to get this skin in the store, okay? And if I hit here, I also going to have that, okay? So, let me teach you how we are going to create that system. But first, before continuing, let me show you on here the code that actually we left. So this is going to be the first code, guys, just a second, and is going to be this one, okay? This is going to give you some mini beans in game. Let me put it into the comments, and welcome Tuan, welcome to the class, and welcome Dio I am, okay? Alright, I'm going to try your map later. For now, we are going to continue with the class, but at the end of the class, I will try your map, Davon, okay? Oh, sorry, Davon, not Dio. Alright, guys, so go ahead, please, and copy the code, and just climb it into the game, okay? So, I'm going to teach you the store setup from zero. That means with no starting or creating anything before, just from zero, okay? I just want to be sure that you learn all the process. But of course, I'm going to use another map because I want this to be a little bit easier for me and for you to see, okay? So just copy the code, and I'm going to give you a couple of minutes for doing this, okay? Alright, so let's wait on there, and yeah, guys, okay? So remember, very important things, what is coming left apart from the source is that I'm going to teach you how to use the other systems, okay? How to use a couple of extra systems. As an example, I'm going to teach you how to create icons in the air. I'm going to teach you how to create some custom text with cool things. And finally, if we get some time, we are going to teach you how to create miniatures. How to convert images to miniatures, okay? But that's only if we left enough time, okay? Thank you for asking, Duan. Yeah, I'm much better right now. Yesterday I was a little bit down also by the coronavirus, but today I feel much better. I think I just getting better every day. But yeah, thank you for asking. Yes, that's the code, Davon. I see that YouTube blocks sometimes the code, and don't worry, it's a pleasure to give you the code. Okay, guys, so let's continue with the class. Let me change the screen once again. And what we are going to do is to create just the stored information, okay? Don't worry guys, I use a personal code with scripts because in my case it's going to be easier for just copy and paste those scripts to create a store, but in your case I'm going to teach you how to do it with triggers. I know that most of you prefer triggers instead of scripts, okay? So how you are going to create this store, okay? We are going to set up a quick store. On here, we are going to create a quick store, okay? But for doing this, I will have to create here some items. So let me explain how it works. I have tried a lot of scripts that work very easily in case you want to put an store, but in triggers, most of the stores are going to work only if you have a specific setup, okay? So that's going to be very important, guys. The best way that I find to do a functional store is by creating blocks per each one interaction. That means that you are going to have a block for each one of the things that you want to put, okay? So the main thing is that we are going to create our first block, okay? And the block is going to be any kind of block that you want it. In my case, I'm going to create one from 0. So I'm going to add a new block here. We are going to create it, and we are going to use the diamond block as a base, okay? On here, we are going to change the name. As an example, store advertising, okay? This is the first one that I'm going to teach you how to do. Okay, and we are going to just change the next things. Blast resistance is going to be -1, hardness is going to be -1, and all the other things you can keep it on the default values. Very important, this needs to be solid, okay? And very important, create a block for your store, okay? So in miniature library, you are going to select here, and you are going to select your block for your store. In my case, I already have created some blocks for the store. As an example, this one that has a small lock on it, and I'm just going to save it and add it into the game, okay? Now you need to always hit save game to be able to play with that and to be able to put it in game, okay? So it's just loading, and once it's completely loaded, you will have your block in your inventory. But there's a problem that most of you are going to face, okay? When you directly import the miniature like that, probably this is going to happen. As you see, the block is completely invisible. So if I place the block here, the block is already on there, but you won't be able to see it. So the right way to have a custom block in game is that you have to import it first. So remember guys, for import a block model, you just hit on here, on the miniature gallery here. You are going to go to your main library where you already have your block. You are going to search for the block that you want to import. Then you are going to hit this small button that is manage. You are going to select the block that you want to import, and then you are going to select move, okay? It's going to be in the default folder. Once you have it into the default folder, you can go on. You just hit here. Very important guys, try to restart your game. That's going to assure that it's going to be well imported, that is going to work. So just hit here and hit again in starting your map. And once you already have this, you are going to do a quick test. If the block it's going to appear in the floor, that means that it's been fixed, okay? So as you see, right now my unlock block is working, okay? So the trick is this one, guys. You are going to put the system that actually does the process is going to be this block. Actually, it's going to give you whatever block is in the top, okay? So as an example, we can give an skill to the player, okay? So how do you do that? Just by do something simple like this. Be sure that your mob is not going to move, so we are going to do it the next thing, okay? We are going to create something that contains the block or the skin right here by using invisible blocks. Okay, and on here we are going to put a mob, okay? As an example, I'm going to use this one, the computer head mob. let's try to. Okay, I cannot because sometimes that happens, guys. Sometimes you need to put a normal block over it just to be able to put a mob over it, okay? Okay, as you see, I already have the mob over there. Just by deleting this, I'm going to have the mob under, okay? So as an example, if I want to get this skin, we already have the setup of like the basic things. What we are going to do is to assure that the player can hit the block, the small block here from any angle, okay? And as the mob is just, you know, just highlight or just keeps trap here, we will be able to just edit that part, okay? And now that you have that, we are going to start with the triggers, okay? So very important, guys, you are going to access here and you are going to go to triggers. You are going to add a new trigger set. You can call the trigger set as skins or store, whatever you wanted to give it, because I'm going to teach you how to do multiple triggers for the store. In the event, you are going to select the next events and be sure that you hit both of them. So the first one is when the player clicks on a block, okay? The second one is when the players start or being block here when the player is just being digged, okay? Be always sure that you can use both of them because sometimes MiniWord is not going to detect one or the other, okay? That's a bug from MiniWord. Of course, change the name from the script, put on here what it's going to do. In this case, it's going to be adds, and it's going to give you skin 1, okay? Alright, so guys, now that you have the skin 1, you are going to add a new condition. And the condition is going to be the block type, okay? So just go to block, determine block type, and you are going to click on the first one. And this is very important, guys. The order is very important here. Most of the times, it's going to look like the same, but in MiniWord it fails for some reason when you do it in the other order, okay? So just follow the same order. The first block that we are going to choose is the block that we just created. That is our block that plays the advertising, okay? Is, yes, the block in the event, okay? Don't do it in the other side. Don't put this one at this side of the screen in this box because it's going to give you some problems, okay? Once you do that, what you are going to do is to add an action, okay? And the action, this is only if you want to play that with advertising. And the action is very easy. You are going to go to developer, and very important, guys, this is only going to work for those that already have the developer tools available that are developers. For those that aren't, you are not going to see this, okay? But keep this tutorial so in the future when you become a developer, you are going to be able to use this, okay? So when it says play advertising, you are going to hit on here, okay? Just a second. And what you are going to do is to get this new screen. So, okay, so let me show you how it works. You are going to keep it for now like it is, and you are going to add a new trigger, okay? So when you are using advertising, you need to use those two triggers. The first one that shows the trigger, the advertising, and the second one that check if the player completes the advertising, okay? So you are going to add the new trigger. You are going to rename it as adds skin 2, and on here you are going to add a condition, okay? The condition is going to be in play. That should supposed to be developer, but we have it as a play, and it's play the ad and judge, okay? What is going to check this? This is going to check if the player completes checking the advertising. And all the things that come after that is just the actions that you want to do or give to the player once he checked the advertising. As an example, on here we are going to give an item, okay? Or we are going to change the player appearance, okay? So just hit on player, and on here you have one that says change player appearance. On here you are going to keep it a player in trigger event, and in template library you are going to select the custom skin that you want to give to the player if the player hits on there, okay? So as you see here, we have a lot of creatures that we can use. Okay. Check this. We have all the monsters appearance here. And we have a lot of options here, okay? We can change the appearance, I don't know, as a robot or as a dragon. Those dragons are not available yet in Miniverse, I think. But yeah, you have a lot of appearances here. Also, you can change just creatures, mobs, mounts, P-Jaggers. Also, we have here characters. And we have miniatures. If you want to give the player a custom miniature skin, you can do it. As an example, a robot. You also can change the skin for the players as a mob. Or as an item, as an example. Okay, you of course you can do that, okay? As an example, check, this one could be the player model, okay? Or as an example, a head, an armor, whatever you want to give, or you want to make the player look like, it's going to be here, okay? Very important, you can change also the appearance for the player as a block, okay? So just select whatever creature you want to give the skin as a player. In my case, it's going to of course, it's going to be just the same that we have here. So let me do a double check here. We're going to use this skin for now, okay? Yeah, the third camera is not the best one, okay? It's the third person, it's very frustrating. And now you have this trigger set up, you are going to go back to the first one. And in the first one, you are going to edit the action, okay? So, on here in character string, you can show the text that the player is going to see. So as an example, get, I don't know, a TV head premium skin, okay? And then the trigger, it's the trigger that we just created. So remember that we have the second trigger that we just created. And what it's going to do this, okay? Probably you are not going to see it because I'm not in a cell phone, guys. But if I'm standing over here and I put or just hit on here, you are going to see that it's going to try to show me the advertising. Of course, you cannot see it right now because I'm not in cell phone, but in your cell phone it's going to tell you check in advertising if you want to get the premium skin TV head, okay? So that's the first start, okay? In that case, we are going to get the skin only if we hit on this block, okay? This is going to work by hitting on the block. Then we can add a second item to the store, okay guys? So the second item that we are going to add to the store, and just give me a second, yeah, now it's working. It's going to be an item that actually is not going to do this. Instead of that, it's going to offer you the skin directly on your map. So to be able to do the second option, we need to create a new block, okay? So remember, for each one of the items of your store, you are going to create one of those blocks, okay? So just go here, we are going to create a new block. Of course, you can add and you can create that block based on the block that you already have created before. Remember this one. We are going to give it another name and it's get sword, okay? Let's do that. We are going to give a sword to the player. Once more, be sure that the attributes are the same. If you get something like air, probably it's not going to work, so be sure it's solid. You are going to save it and add it into the game. Then you are going to enter to your map, okay? I see. So, very good that you are, I think it's your dinner, right? On here I'm going to take my breakfast just after the class ends. Okay, so guys, you are going to add the new block for the store, the one that we just created, that is going to give the player a sword, okay? As always, you are going to see that we have the same problem, that is the block is not going to appear here, okay? Because we don't have import the model yet, so be sure that you import the model too, okay? Or if you are using a different model, okay? So if you are using the same model for each one of the blocks, just it's going to work, okay? In my case, I'm using a second model for this one, so I need to import that model, okay? So in my case, it's going to be in my blocks. It's going to be, I'm not sure, but it's going to be one of those, okay? So just hit move it to your map, and once you move it to your map, just leave the map and enter it again to the map, okay? And guys, check this, check how it works. Now we are going to have that map working a little bit. Okay, as you see, right now the miniature is working. We are going to put a sword over it, okay? So how you can do that? Well, of course, by now I'm going to place just this because I'm just teaching you very quick this. So I'm going to put a frame and I'm going to put the sword on it, but remember that if you have a miniature, you can place a model of the miniature on there, okay? So let's give the player the sword. Which one? Okay, let's give this one instead the sword. The sword, we are going to put the frame on here. I don't remember where is the frame. Oh yeah, it's right here. Okay. And I'm going to put just like this, okay? Remember that in your game you can put just the right model here, moving around, but in this case, just for being quick showing that, I'm just going to put the things like this, okay? All right. So, what we can do here is also we can do the next thing. We can put just a block like this, put the frame on there, and put just the icon on here, okay? Okay, I don't know, let's use the hammer on here instead, okay? And then delete this, okay? So as an example, if I hit this block, oh, right now it's not doing anything, but of course if I hit this block, I'm going to get an advertising that shows me that I can get this item, okay? Hi Vincent, how are you? Welcome to the class. So what you are going to do is very quick and very easy. You need to first add the item into the developer store. So if you are a developer, you are going to see this option. Remember guys, this is only going to work for developers, but instead of that, you can use like your coins to get this item, okay? But in case you are a developer, you need to open this specific screen, okay? That is right here, and you need to add the item that we are going to show right here on here, okay? So on here you have the option to add the item. So go to your tools and just select the item that you want to give to the player. That in my case is going to be the hammer, but the word hammer, okay, I cannot see it here. All right, it's right here. All right, on here you can select a price. In my case, I always use mini points and mini coins. So whatever the player has is going to be available for change it. On here, there is the second option that allows you to create a tag for it. As an example, you can put a small label on it that says trending, that says new, that says hot, limited. And item category is going to be in general. I always just recommend it to do it. And you are going to see that it's going to be like this. Okay, very important guys, if you cannot save the shop, that means that you need to share and upload your map to be able to do it, okay? Not all the times it's going to work, just when you have that map submitted, okay? Now, when you are on here, and you just in this position in front of the hammer, and then you already have set up that item into the developer store, we will be able to do the trigger to make this work. So, what you are going to do is just create a new trigger. This one only requires one trigger, so you are going to rename it as a premium premium hammer, okay? And what you are going to do is add a new event. It's just the same event that we got here. The two events are going to work fine. So select flyer, hit a block, or click in a block, and then as another one that is going to be block is being digged, and the conditions, is going to be the block type, okay? So select block type, determine block type, and here once again, the order is very important. First select which block, which is going to be the second block that we purchase, then select type block of an event, And then we are going to add the next action, okay? This is going to be much simpler. You are going to go to developer and you are going to have an option that says developer purchase window, okay? So in developer purchase window, you are going to have this option. So the first one is going to be the product, okay? Remember that needs to be in the store because it's going to show you this interface. And I already got the hammer here. To pliers and trigger event, it's okay. And recommendation display, it's going to be the text that the pliers are going to see. In this case, is get premium hammer, okay guys? So that's what we are going to do right now. All right, and then we are going to change to play mode, okay? And check this, okay? When this happens to you, that is that MiniWare doesn't allow you to use the mouse, just go here, go to settings, and in advanced change the render distance and close it, and with that you will be able to mouse your mouse again, okay? This is a small trick, okay? So what you are going to do is just hit on here, and as you see, we can get directly the hammer from here, okay? That's the other way you can do the store, okay? So remember the execution, it's going to depend of that, okay? If I hit here where it says yes, it's going to give me that item directly into the inventory. So this is the same for all the stores that you want to do. So remember, if you want to do any other item, just create the block on here. Okay, it's a little bit lag. But remember to create a new block, okay? So as you see, every time I hit on that block, going to get that offer, okay? Now, very important, this is not the only way that we can get some triggers working, okay? So as an example, on here, we can get like another way to get that as an example. If you want to create an area where the players are going to be completely healed if they watch an advertising, okay? So, on here, I'm going to put something like this. Very important, guys. I'm going to show you later why. But I'm going to put this description, okay? And also, I'm going to do this one. Let's see, it's the stone billboard, okay? So this is going to be another trick that you can use to get money in your map. Okay, I just put in random text on here, and I'm going to teach you later why, okay? So imagine that you have an area where the players can access to get healed, okay? So what you have to do is just to create the area first, of course. Just hit on the tool mode right here, or use F3. Select the area where your players are going to activate that. Rename it, as always, guys. Okay, for the song name is The Process. Let me put you this in the screen. So that's the name of the song. It's going to be The Process by Lucky Inspired. I don't know if you referred to that one or the previous one. The previous one was Pixel Pig from Dijon, okay? Those are going to be the two songs, okay? I'm going to switch back to the other. And let's continue with this, okay? So once you create a region, you are going to rename it. The name is going to be, as an example, Hills Area. Okay, remember guys, you can change the event or the actions every time. I just showing you the examples. And we are going to create a new trigger, okay? This time it's going to... Oh, I don't know guys, what do you prefer? To actually check an ad to get healed or to buy some item that will heal you, okay? I don't know whatever you want it. I'm going to do the easiest one, that is going to be the ad, okay? So I'm going to add a new trigger. You are going to change the name. Remember to give the proper name to it. Ads heal. All right, and the actions are going to be quite a little bit different on here. So it's going to be player and player access to an area, okay? Once you access to the area, you are going to select function library. Sorry, not function. You are going to select on here, choose area, and you are going to select the area that we just created, okay? Before continuing, we are going to add a new trigger, and we are going to put the name, okay? Remember, it's just the second execution for that. So add heal and the number 2, okay? It's very important, guys. With that, we are going to know which one is which. Then we are going to move back to heal, and in heal, we are going to add a new action, okay? The action is going to be a developer apply advertising. In apply advertising is going to be set the name as heal yourself. Okay, and then we are going to execute the trigger that is being called heal number 2. Okay, and that's it. Now we are going to change this at. We need to add a new condition for at heal number 2. The condition is going to be play and play the ad and judge. Then we need to execute the action. So if the player watch this ad, it's going to completely get healed. So remember, to heal the player, here is very easy. Just select player, attributes setup, keep like players in trigger event, max HP. We are going to change it to on here to current HP. We are going to set it up as a function library, math, numeric calculation, or no, sorry, we don't need to do that. We need to add just function library, player attributes, and we are going to change it just to the max amount of life, okay? So we select max HP. And with that, the player is going to be completely healed when the player accesses on that after checking the ad. But very important, guys, just to give some extra steps, some extra cool things. Remember just to hit here, and you are going to show a sound to the player. That could be any kind of sound, but try to use something that already exists that is very similar to the healed. So let me just select a sound very quickly here. As an example, you can place that sound and show an example that tells the player that has been healed. So for that, you select player, show text to the player or display text to the player, and you put on here whatever you want it to do. As an example, heal it, okay? All right, and that's it, okay, guys? Of course, once more, I won't be able to show you, but whenever the player accesses to this area, it's going to tell the player that it's going to watch that to get healed, okay? Now, on this point, you will be able to do those quick tricks. With that, you can set up your store, guys. Now, I'm going to show you some tricks, okay? So first thing, guys, let me give you the order code, okay? So in here, let me put these skin cards here for you. So just go ahead and copy the code. Yes, of course. Being so, I'm going to check the maps in English and in Spanish. If you want to show your map, it's going to be okay. Okay, and we are going to wait until you climb that code. Of course, guys, if you want to ask me some questions about this point or you want to see any different kind of store, just let me know into the comments, because the next topic is going to be tricks for text, okay? In the tricks for text in blocks, I'm going to teach you a couple of things that are going to be very useful, that probably most of the players don't know how to do it. And with that, you will be able to create some awesome specific things. Okay, so just give me a second here, guys. And okay. All right, guys. So now that you already claimed the codes, let me change the next part of the presentation. And it's going to be some tricks that you are going to learn with me. All right, so first trick, or first let me show you something that is going to be very important, guys, okay? And it's that, I don't know if you know it, but with MiniWord, you will be able to auto-translate some options, okay? I'm not sure if all the developers are going to have this option. I know that I'm developer level 3 and I have that option. You need to check at your end if you have this option, okay? But this is very important, guys, because you will be able to make your map playable in different languages. So I'm going to use this map as an example to start and do the traduction for your map. What you have to do here, is that you need to access to create, and in create, you are going to select your map, okay? And check this, guys. If you have this option, you will be able to translate the language, okay? So just hit on here, and on here you are going to see all the options to translate your map, okay? So this is going to be the phase, this is going to be the languages that are going to be detected by the system. In my case, this is your language is always going to be checked up. So select the languages that you want to add as a traduction, okay? Very important, guys, you have Chinese, you have Korean, you have like different languages, but the most played maps are going to be in English, in Chinese, in Thai, in Spanish, Portuguese is going to be in Indonesian, Vietnamese, and those are going to be most of the maps that are going to be played by MiniWord, okay? So I highly advise you to use those. And you always are going to notice that Thai is a little bit complicated because most of the times you are not going to have enough words to translate. But those are going to be the languages that I highly recommend it. And also I don't highly recommend it to use traditional, just use simplified Chinese, okay? Because as far as I know, the players that can access to your map are going to be the players from Shanghai. That is like the region from China that is separated from all China. And most of the times, traditional Chinese is going to be for other regions, okay? So just hit that and continue. And with that, you can start translate your game. So let me show you inside the game how it works, okay? Okay. So guys, very important. Let me show you what you can do now with it. So if, as an example, I access here to the plugin editor, I have a lot of items here, but as an example, I'm going to translate this one. So if you activate that option, hi Jose, how are you? We are almost finishing the classes, but I'm going to teach you some tricks, okay? So welcome to the class. If you notice right now, in the top, next to the description, if you have activated that option, you are going to have in almost all the text inside MiniWord, you are going to have this option. Okay, so if you hit that option, you are going to see that on here we can translate all the text, okay? So with that, only the player is going to see his text. But very important, guys, as you see, I have a custom text for my store. The custom text is open stored with color, okay? So I'm going to change that because first I want to show you some tricks. So let me delete that and I'm going to place a simple text. Okay, open store is going to be just right here. So if I hit on here and we have open store here, we are going to have all the options. The only thing that you have to do is just hit where it says translate alt. It's going to take some time. And right after that, on here, you can see that it's going to tell you the translation in the original language. So on here is in the original language, and on here is the translation to the language. This is something very important, guys. Probably this is not going to be the best translation, but it's going to be better than having your language in something that the other players cannot understand. So as you see here, we have like all the text right here, okay? So you hit saved and you are going to see the same text, but if everything goes right, you are going to see a green check mark on it, okay? So that was the most important part. But now I'm going to show you another example, okay? So what I'm going to show you is what happens when you have an advanced text like the one I'm using here. As you see, this text has my name on it, but also has some or several like a color etiquettes here, okay? So what happened if I translate this one is that we are going to have some problems, okay? And this is very important. Yeah, because every time that you translate that text, it's going to take more space and your map is going to be a little bit it's going to have more it's going to be heavier, and so it's going to take more amount of data. That's one of the situations. And the second one is that actually the players from the other country are not going to be that much active. As an example, I know that are few players from Russia, and those players most of the times play the game in English, okay? So that's why. So as an example, you are going to see that probably you are going to get some errors here, okay? As an example, you see that here in Thailand, in Vietnam language, Vietnamese, you are going to have this error, okay? And is that, if you notice in the translation right here, we have a space in between the etiquette and the text. So that's not going to work, and that is going to make your game fail. Also here, we have the same error, okay? So how we can fix this, okay? As you notice, in almost all the languages, we have that error, okay? Remember that this needs to be next directly to the etiquette to be able to be working fine. So to fix this, you need to be sure that you are going to do the next thing. You are going to use another trick, and is that you are going to separate the colors by a space, and every special symbol needs to be separated by a space, and you need to place individual etiquettes here. So as an example, on here we have the color, so we are going to separate the color, and the store, after the store, we are going to separate that, okay? So if you see, there is a space in between any etiquette here, and if we now hit translate, okay, in some cases it's going to give you the same error. That's something that something happens. Okay, so if that happens, you can try something like this. But in some specific cases, it's going to give you the same error, okay? So let's check if all the languages are going to have the same error, okay? Yes. As you see, the only one that works fine in this case is going to be Indonesia, okay? The others are getting this problem. So you need to be very careful when you are creating custom text like this, that just do a quick review and solve any of those errors before submitting your map, okay? To avoid any error. As an example, right now, we have already our text translate, and just hit save and return, okay? And guys, this is not going to work only for plugins. Also, this is going to work for most of the things that have text inside MiniWord. So I don't remember where I put the start here. Okay, remember that we just put the start. Oh, it's right there. Okay, so let me jump to that part. Yes, Davon, this is the last class for this minicamp. Not for the minicamp process, just for the month, okay? No, the translation actually works for everyone, but you need to set it up as well, and also the players need to do an extra step, okay? So, but as an example, I want to show you, once you activate the translate option, you are going to have this translation also in text. Almost any text in MiniWord, even in triggers. That's very important. Triggers will be able to, scripts won't be able to use this translation, okay? So, but as an example, remember I put here on the triggers that we just created some text, okay? So, if I hit here, sorry, on here, you will be able to see that I'm supposed to have that translation, okay? But it doesn't work for all the triggers. As an example, if I put the text like text that we put here, you are going to have that translation. So you can give the player different languages the right text, okay? All right, so as an example here, all right, and this is going to be the other trick I want to show you. All right, so as always, we are going to access to this website. And it's something that probably you are guessing and trying, and it's how you can use custom icons inside MiniWord, okay? So on here, I place you a specific code. It's going to be called as a custom items text characters, okay, guys? What I did is I do a list of all the characters that you can use for MiniWord for creating your text. So if you really realize, let me switch a little bit, just for a second here, okay? Give me a second, it's loading. What happened? Okay. If you realize in the map, and someone, and a lot of you were asking me this, and is if you realize in the map that I just created, okay, so that is Astrally, you're going to have a lot of custom icons that you can use in your game. As an example, let me start the game. Just 1 second, and yeah, the game already started. So as you see here, we are going to have this specific icon, and also the message that appears in the screen is going to have this alert, okay? So you can use and copy and paste those icons. As an example, the money icon here, that means creating my game. And in other games, I don't know which coin is that one. But you will be able to do or create those custom icons like you see over on here, or just right over here. We have a 5 covered in a circle. We have those specific arrows, and we have the Sigma code here. Also for the icons description, check this. I have here like the number of what it's going to do for every one of the next tricks, okay? Also the next information. So you can do that just by copying and pasting those codes. So let me explain how it works. MiniWord use on almost any game are going to use something that is being called ASCII or Unicode codes. Okay, Unicode is how the internet or how your computer is being classified. So as an example, if you search Unicode in Google, that you are going to see it right now on the screen, you have a list of characters from Unicode here, okay? You're going to see all the list of the characters most of the times, but there is a problem, and it's MiniWord doesn't accept all the characters, okay? So probably if you place some codes, it's not going to work, okay? So probably you can copy one of those, but most of the times, most of them are not going to work. So in this list, the list I have here, I already do a filter, so all of those codes are going to work inside MiniWord. Probably there is going to be some errors because, you know, I can miss some of those codes. But as an example, we are going to copy this one, okay? So as an example, we are going to put that code right here. As an example, you can put just the name, okay? And you can save it. And as of course you can see, it works inside MiniWord. So remember, guys, this is going to be the list for all the codes that you can use in MiniWord. So copy and save it, because that is going to help you out to create some custom codes, and you can use all of those, okay? As an example, you can use stars, you can use signs, you can use a lot of things, okay? This is very useful, actually. Now, this is the first trick, okay? So notice something, okay? I'm going to do a couple of tricks here. The first trick is that I'm going to change this text, okay? And let me show you what we are going to do with this, okay? So let's use something that can be very helpful here. As an example, you can have some arrows, okay, that will teach your map where the players have to be. So I'm going to place that arrow, okay? So if I place the arrow like this, oh, okay, of course I doing it wrong. It's right here. Okay, you can teach the players where the players have to go. As an example, I'm going just to keep this, okay? So second trick that I'm going to teach you guys, okay, it's that we are going to make this text be invisible, okay? First, we are going to give colors, guys. It's that trick that I have to teach you. So as an example, if I use, let's do this. If I use hashtag or pound and then the icon, it's going to do the color, okay? So let me show you in here, it's going to be easier. As an example, if I put this symbol that is going to be Michi hashtag pound or a numeral, and then I place a letter on here and block majus, is going to give me a color, okay? Most of you already know this, okay? So as an example, if I press an R on here, it's going to be just the first letter of the red word. So that means that it's going to be red. As an example, you can place a B on there, and it's going to be a blue color, okay? If you place a yellow on here, it's going to have a yellow color, of course. If you put a W on there, that is, this stands for white, is going to be a white color. If you put a G, I'm not sure if this is going to work. No, this one doesn't work. But if you put a K on it, uppercase K, it's going to be a black color. Of course, you cannot see it because the background is black. And we have a way to do other colors, okay? So if you want to do a custom color, guys, what you have to do is to do the next thing. You are going to access to a website. In Google, you are going just to put RGB, sorry, and you are going to hit on the second one, okay? And on the second one, you are going to have this screen. So you can select any color. As an example, we are going to use this green, that is going to be this one. And the only thing that you need to copy in any website from RGB color, RGB, what you have to do is to search this one, the one that has the pound on it, and you copy that numbers and letters, okay? So you copy that one and you put it just right here, okay? But remember, the syntax is the next one. You put a C, a lowercase c, and then the code, okay? And check this. As you see, we are doing custom colors on MiniWord, okay? Remember that if you want to only color a part from your text, what you have to do is right after the part that you want to be colored, you put another hashtag and then the letter N, okay? And that is only going to color the words inside between the two tags that are going to be the pound tags, okay? Another cool thing is that you can sometimes make this go separate. How do you do that? Most of the times, it's going to be by a hashtag and L or an N. I'm not sure about that one. It depends. I think this one is not going to work inside the game. Yes, it's going to work. As you see, I create a new line, okay? Now, this is like the easiest thing, guys, to do. This is not that much complicated, but the things that I'm going to teach you next are going to be a little bit more complicated, okay, guys? So we are going to first create a text that is going to be in there. Actually, it's not going to create anything. It's just going to be a simple trick, okay, guys? So with this tool, you are going to hit right click on the stone billboard, okay? And what you are going to do is you are going to take note of the number. So the stone billboard is going to be the block number 893, all right? So what we are going to do is transform this in an invisible block, okay? So let me put some text here. So you are going to see the example. All right, so we have those blocks that are going to be just signals. And what we are going to do is to make this become invisible. So the players are going to see just a character in the middle of the air. So how do you do that? Of course, it will be nice to have these options available, but we don't have that options. So let me show you a trick that you can do to modify any kind of block, even the blocks that are locked, okay? So you are just accessing here, you are going to edit a new block, okay? So hit a new, but the important thing is that you are going to hit in edit instead of create it, okay? On here, you are going to have a list of all the blocks that you have in your map, but special blocks like this billboard sign are not going to be available. So just select any of the blocks. As an example, I'm going to select the sulfur block bricked. And on here, you are going to change the name as a mod, okay? That's it. Now you are going to change the description. And that's it. You are going to reduce the blast resistance to 1, the hardness to 1, and that's it. Okay, guys? Actually, this doesn't matter. You don't need to change that. I'm just doing it to show you the example, and you are going to add that block, okay? So you are going to enter the game, and this is where the real trick comes in. So last class, remember that I teach you how to edit files in cell phone and also how to edit those files in your cell phone and your computer. Well, we are going to just do the same, okay? So you are going to hit here in your MiniWord. Remember that your cell phone, you already know the tricks. You do the same, but if you don't have your cell phone or you don't know that, remember to check the last class. But it's the same steps for cell phone. It's just a little bit different at the beginning, but once you access to the folder, you are going to have the same options. So what you are going to do is open the game files, okay? Remember that yesterday I teach you how to do that, okay? Okay, once more, is just opening here the folders, you access to MiniWord, and remember all those steps are going to be in the last class, so check the class, okay? So on here, I already have my maps. I'm going to select the one that is being called YeyoLabs. Okay, YeyoLabs is the one that we are working with. And remember, we are going to have this folder, okay? The folder where you can find all the blocks and all the options, okay? So inside this one, you are going to find that you have a folder that is being called blocks, okay? And remember that we create a block that is the sulfur block. Okay, we have it right here. In this case, it's being called as the sulfur brick block, okay? So what we need to do, we need to edit that block, okay? So when you open it, you are going to see all this information, okay? So what do you have to do? It's very easy, guys. First, you need to delete all this information. You are just going to keep two data, okay? The one that says ID on here, very important, guys. Remember this. You don't delete those square, this like, I don't know how to call it, brackets. And then you are going to hit just the one that says ID. On here, you are going to do the same. Remember, the IDs must match, okay? And once you have those options deleted, what you are going to do is to change this word, the word that says in the middle, okay, sulfur brick block, or in your case, you are going to have another name. Change it to put whatever name you want it. As an example, mod, okay? And the most important thing is this one, okay? So you see the number here. Remember, we pick up the ID for the block, that it was 893. All right, you are just going to copy and paste that information here. You are going to save it, and then you are going to go back to MiniWord. Be sure that you are going out from your map, okay? And once you are doing that, you are going to access here. And as you see, now we can edit the stone billboard. Okay, as you see, also we have these options to change all the information. So remember, guys, if you want to edit any kind of block, that's how you do it. In this case, what we are going to do to make it invisible is to change the model, okay? And it doesn't work only just for changing the models. What you can do with this is also create your custom signs, okay? But of course, on this class, I'm just going to make it invisible. But just to show you an example, okay? I go into access to the map now. We are going to wait a little bit. And right now, probably you are going to find this, and is that your map is not going to work properly right now. That's simple, guys. For this, you need to just go back to the folder, and what we have to do is that we need to delete the one that we created. Remember, it was sulfur brick, because that one is not working anymore. As you see, this system creates the stone billboard right here. So just delete, after doing all the previous steps, the stone billboard or the item that you edit at first. And right now you just need to access to the map again, and this time you are going to see the changes. Let me show you guys. Okay, so for those that are asking why we cannot talk with friends with MiniWord, I don't know the answer, but I can too. Okay, guys, so as you see, right now we have those texts in there, all right? So that means that actually that's how you created those invisible text words. And very important, guys, if you place the blocks after you do the modification, you are not going to see any block, okay? So this is very important. First, create your signs. And when you have all your signs set up, you are going to do this step, okay? Because as you see, this is my sign in my hand, and it now has the model that I just placed on it, okay? And this is very important, guys. If you want to edit the text, what you have to do here is that you are going to just move this block outside your folder, okay? Just copy that and move it outside your folder. You are going to have it in the screen, in the folder that has all the other folders. And if I access the map again, I will be able to edit those texts. Why this is very important? Because if you delete those signs, we note doing this, we note removing the file, probably you are going to get an error that is that the text is going to be in there, but you cannot change it, okay? So very important, guys, as you see right now, we can recover anytime that, okay? And to become or to make this invisible again, just move again the file into the block folder, okay? And right now you are going to see that is going to be invisible again, okay? Okay, so guys, now we are going to see a better trick, okay? So guys, right now we have this, of course, but remember that you can do the same for this kind of text, okay? So as always, to transform any block, just hit on here, copy the ID, and just do the same steps that I did, but for that specific block, okay? As an example, you can see here that we are going to transform the frame in an invisible frame, okay? So how do you do that? Just do the same. I already have my block created here, so I'm not going to take that much amount of time. I already have it here. And also remember that if you want to access to this folder, also you are going to have it in the drive folder, okay? I already have it here. I always save those modes. So I'm going to change now the frame, okay? So I already have it here. Once more, I just copy in the file. The file is the same. If you see, it's just modifying the text for that one. It's then the ID is 9030 on here. Okay, I get a new subscriber. That one works fine. So I just testing, and I don't know which one is your name because it's in Chinese, but thank you so much for subscribing, okay? All right, guys, so check this. If I do that, if I do just that simple trick, now the frame is going to be completely invisible. Just a second. And as you see, you can create icons in there with that trick, okay? So once more, if you want to see that information, I'm going to share those files in the drive so you can download it directly, okay? But that's how you can create those invisible text and blocks, okay? So right now, guys, that's the big tricks I want to teach you. I know with this you can do a lot of things. As an example, if I go to my map in MiniWord, let me show you here. Where is it? It's right here. That's how I create those specific icons in the middle of there, and that's how I create those texts that looks a little bit different from the normal text that you can create in MiniWord, okay? So let me show you a couple of examples where I use that. So first, you can see the icons in there right here. And second, you can find the text in there right here. So it's just the same. Let me show you very quickly what happens if I just remove those blocks from MiniWord. Okay, so I'm going to go to Astro League. I'm going to move into the mod folder. Remember, guys, once more, to open these game files, I already submitted tutorial in the last class. That means tomorrow. And in the resume also, you are going to have this option, okay? So if I move the frame and the item billboard from this folder, I just move it away from this folder. Oh, sorry, I have to delete this first because I already have it here. Now, okay, I don't know what I did. I think I did something wrong that I will fix later, okay? But for now, I'm going to delete those, and I'm going to be sure that in blocks I don't have those. Yes, iron and sign are going to be just outside here. Okay. Now, let me start the map again. And now that I remove those specific trick blocks, and you are going to see the next thing, okay? Let me show you the example, guys. Check this, and right now it's how my map looks without that trick. As you see, it's the same. Here you can see the frames, and here you can see the actual iron billboard. So as you see, also we have an iron billboard here and the normal sign at the sides, okay? So with that, you know now a couple of tricks that you can use to get your map a cool look, okay? And also how to change the icons for it, okay? So just by moving this again into the blocks folder and starting the map again, you are going to see that all that text is going to disappear. Okay, so guys, I almost finishing here the class. I just want to know if you have any questions related with the tricks and the different setups that we learned today. As you see, once more, all the frames had been disappeared, and now it looks like a cool map. All right, guys, so that will be it. Right now, the class is already over. We already finished the class. So at this point, I just want to know if you have questions. Once more, I see that you are very active in the chat, but you are speaking in Spanish, okay? So chicos de la clase de español, les voy a pedir que no hablen tanto en español en el chat de la clase de inglés porque pues muchos jugadores no van a entender y se van a confundir, ¿vale? Now, guys, I'm going to start playing some of your maps, okay? So the first one we get here is the map that actually, oh, okay, I forgot to take note of it. That is the map that some players were asking me to test first. So, guys, also if you want to test your map, just give me your UID, okay? I'm going to start to check in your maps. Of course, if it's better or if it's possible, try to show me your maps for the MiniCamp, so I will be able to provide you some feedback on it, okay? Let me check. I'm checking just in the chat who is going to be the player that I'm going to play the first one. Okay, it's going to be for Theo. Let me search for that map right here. It's going to be, no. Oh, I'm still a little bit confused with this interface because sometimes I get this one or sometimes I get the old one. And I don't know why that happened. Okay. I hope you learn a lot with those tricks. I know that is going to give you some extra tips that you can use for your maps, okay? So the one that we are going to play is downtown. Let's see how it works. This is your map for the MiniCamp ISO. Okay. It looks amazing. Let's see how it works. Yes, I remember I played once of your maps. I still have it right here. Okay, let's see. Okay, so as an example, you are seeing that this is the same trick that I showed you to create a start, but this start is going to be, instead of working with this specific block, you are going to see it when you hit the actual weapon. Okay. Okay, thank you so much for subscribe. Oh, I'm receiving a call. I'm going to check that call later, okay? So right now, we are right here, and as you see, we have a good construction. I think this is going to be a normal PvP, so I'm going to host it in multiplayer. Let me put it right here. And let me mute the phone because I'm receiving a lot of calls and a lot of things right here. All right, guys. So, as always, faster fingers in the West. Faster fingers won. So try to access to the room so we will be able to play together. All right. So I have a gun here and I have a weapon. Let's test. Okay, of course, the construction is awesome. That's very nice. Hey, how are you? Mr. Noob, welcome to the class. Okay, Vincel, if you want to access, also Franklin, just go ahead. I'll be waiting for you here. Also, Gabriel, if you're still here, you want to access and you want to try, just come to the room, okay? So let's see, there are some heads here. And I think it's something very similar to Counter-Strike or things like that, correct? Okay, I'm already in the blue team, but I'm not finding a Mr. Noob here. So where you are, Mr. Noob? Let me try to find you. You are in the game, actually? Yes, you are. I can hear you. Figured that out. Okay. You're forcing me to hunt you, okay. Alright, not a problem. Okay, I've been healed. Okay, I almost get catched by surprise. Alright, so what I can tell you for sure is that the construction part is very creative, actually, and it's good. But I think you need to improve a little bit the part about the gameplay, because it's, of course, it's simple, but I think you need to place more weapons or place a couple of things extra that will allow the game to be a little bit more flexible. But I think it's a good map. I think you need to implement that part a little bit more, okay? For now, I'm going to see the next map is going to be the Pincel map. Sorry, Mr. Noob, I'm going to close that room, and I'm going to actually search for Mr. Pincel map, okay? So, third Pincel, I'm going to check your map. Which one is it? Is Superviviente? Okay, it's going to be this one, right? Okay, I think this one is referred to the minicamp. We are going to check that one. And for the other one, I just highly recommend you to add more weapons, or so you will be able to have a more flexible gameplay. But the construction is very good, okay? Okay, it says, La furia de Morgana destruirá el mundo paso a paso. Okay, so you need to change the magic. All right. So this is the map version. It's the map actually for the minicamp, as I see. You will be able to cross in the middle to the other side. We have a blue team versus a a great team, okay? You need to fix some specific things. As an example, this hole. I don't know if you are making it on purpose, but I highly recommend it to fix it. Okay, I think you need to place the triggers. I don't know if I'm doing it right or you are actually don't update the last version, but yeah. Let me ask you something, Vincel. Oh, my mini word camera. Sorry, guys. I forgot that. Now you will be able to see my screen. Okay? Okay, so Vincel, let me know. This is the room. This is the map that you were making for the minicamp. Because right now I cannot play. I suppose that you forgot to upload the last version, but it seems that it is. So actually, I think you will need to show me the last version, okay? For now, let me change, and we are going to test another map. So if you have any map that you want to show me, guys, let me know, okay? For now, I'm going to place a normal room. Let's do here, and let's do okay, let's do, I don't know. Which one do you want to play, guys? Okay, let's do let's do let's do a power load as we always play this map. Oh, that's very cool. Can you give me your UID, Mr. Noob, so I will be able to see for the or search for the spliff map? Yeah, I want to play something different. So if you have that one, just let me know, okay? Vincel is telling me that he wants to play a power load. So just let me know which one you want to prefer to play. Okay, so the map is not to fall. All right. All right, so we are going to search for that one, guys. Let's oh, I always forgot to select the right one. Sorry. Now I'm going to be in the garden, in my house. Okay, so it's creation. See, it's the one that says, what was the name for it? Do not fall? Oh, it's this one. All right, let's see how it works. Okay, so I'm going to host a game for 10 players. And guys, as always, faster fingers. Okay, so guys, now you can access. Remember, I'm going to invite all of you that are already inside the game. Even Vincel is right here. Okay. All right, so Mr. Noob already access here. And let's play for now with Mr. Noob and Vincel. Oh. What happened? They are already full. Okay, sorry, Vincel. Okay. Well, I know how it works. I highly advise you to get also some weapons that can, which when you can attack the player actually. So with this, you can push the players away. Oh, oh, I almost fall. Oh, yeah, okay, I already fall. Sorry for that, Vincel. Oh, I almost fall. I get distracted. I don't know what happened with MiniWare, even with a map like this that is actually very simple. Right now I having a lot of lag. Okay. So you get out. Okay, I see, sorry. Hi, how are you, Dyro? Okay. Ninja enters. Oh, oh no. I wasn't thinking about that, but I died. Okay, guys, so some problem that I always find with the live system is that I prefer you to use the observator system that I teach you how to do, because if you check right here, the problem is that when you use the normal system, if if the host falls, actually the host is going to be pushed away and the host needs to end the game to continue playing. So that's going to kick out all the other players, okay? So that's something very important, but good map. I highly advise you to get something that can destroy the block. So as an example, if you see in the split map from Jakaraizu, you can use some balls to destroy the floor, okay? I see most of you have already loose who are the players that are surviving. I think Mr. Noob and Binzel, because all the others have been already killed by the system, okay? So guys, this is something important I want to tell you, and is that remember that I always do assume around 1 or 2 days before the submit time left. So with that, I will be able to solve all of your questions. Probably you need to do something extra, or you have something that is failing. So remember just to connect to that Zoom, okay? It's in the Discord channel. Also in the Discord channel, you can access to ask me some questions. Just in case I'm going to play another room, but the class has been already over, guys. As always, it was a pleasure to give you this class. And I hope you learned a lot with that class. As soon as I get some information about the next minicamp, I'm going to let you know what we are going to take, okay? For now, I'm going to switch. We are going to play Power Load. So with Power Load, I know for sure that you will be able to play because the system is not going to kick you out like I did right now. And let's play that one. Right after that, I'm going to end the class. And another important thing, guys, I get a new system that will allow me to connect to China. And the Chinese server is going to be very fast, okay? So I'm going to show you that, that specific a video later, okay? In a live, I'm just going to do a live just to test a dust system, okay? I see. So congratulations, Vincel, you won. Yeah, that could be fine, but let's do it that for the next lives, as I have to end the live in a little bit because we have been in a live for already 3 hours, I think it is. Yes, we almost 3 hours on the live, so we are going to play the power load and then I'm going to end the live. But thank you so much, guys, for coming. Oh no! I'm going to drop the gun right here. Vincent, can you move? Try to move. Let me know if you can move. I see that 2 players can move now. Okay, let's play and let's invite some players here. All right, so let's play. I'm going to let you choose your weapons. As always, I prefer to play with random. Very good. Okay, my mini word is not in the gameplay. Sorry, right now let me do this. Let me activate the mic. All right. So now you're supposed to be able to hear me. Oh, I didn't expect that come so far. That's a special trick. Okay. No, I die, guys. That was something that I didn't expect. All right, guys. So let's do this. And let's create a random kit here. I love to play with the revolver here. It's very hard to use, but it's very satisfying. Truly sorry, my friend. I didn't mean to kill you. Actually, I meant, but... Okay, oof. This is hard to play with the actual revolver here, but it's a good item. I love it, but it's very hard to play with it. Oh, oh my! I killed myself again. All right, so not a problem. Whenever you want to show them up, just let me know, Tio. So I will be more than happy to play your map. And let's do the next thing. Oh, okay, I have not the best weapon. This one doesn't work very fine. Yeah, but let me know, Mr. Noob. Okay, that was very fast actually, guys. Alright, so we are going to do one more, and right after that we are going to end the class, okay? My URD is 2769323. Alright, let me use this screen. In this screen you are going to see my UID right down. So now you can see my UID, Davon. I hope you can access to the room. Alright, so as always, I place random items. Oh, that's cool. The mic is already activated. Oh, okay, that was easy. I don't know why I get that damage. I don't know what happened with MiniWord, but sometimes it changed the damage so drastically, okay? I see. Let me know what is your idea for the next map. I see. Let me know. Just remember, guys, I don't have the power to choose the team for the minicamp. Most of the times the team is telling me like, we are going to do this, but I can offer some suggestions, so I will be able to pass your information through them. Okay, so let me know which one is your idea. I see. That actually is a very good idea. Allow the players to vote for the next minicamp. Because actually I believe that's a good idea, because probably we can implement more cool things about that minicamp. So I'm going to transfer the idea. It's a very good idea, I think it is. Okay. Okay, Mackay. Okay, I see that you're a little bit lag. Okay. Why I get shoot it from somewhere. I don't know, guys. You are having a lot of lag on here. Okay. Right. Yeah, I know that you are lag because when I hit you, you cannot move for some reason. Okay. Yes, you are a little bit lag. So you will be able to play, guys, or you are actually truly lag? Okay, let me see. Yes, you cannot play, guys, I see. There is a lot of lag probably right now. Okay, not show it. The UE update for triggers is out. All right, I didn't know that. All right, I'm going to test that first, and then I'm going to show you how to create that. I didn't know that it was already created, but it's a very good news because with that we can create a lot of cool things. Oh, I see. But very important, guys. Nanda Play has some updates, but from the Chinese version. Are you sure that we can do it in the global? Yes, I know that not in the global, and I know how the UI works, but I want to test directly with the normal version because, you know, it's slightly different. It has some difference, and some things are working perfectly in the Chinese version, but some others are not working very fine in the normal version. As you see, as an example, in the Chinese version, they are not having that problems as we have it right now in the actual version. All right, not a problem. I'm going to teach you how to, but to be honest, guys, the Chinese version was one of the greatest versions, but right now there is a big problem with China, guys. And it's that China creates a new law that don't allow the players to play more than 3 hours, 4 hours per week. Okay, that means that the Chinese version is going to be a little bit down, as right now it's not going to be that much rentable, and MiniWorks is going to pay more attention to the international version. Okay, so that's why I didn't advise you to use the Chinese version, because the Chinese version is going to auto detect that you play more than 4 hours in the week, and with that it's going to just kick you out, and it's not going to allow you to play anymore until the next week. So that's why I don't recommend that. Ooh, that was very good. You almost got me. Hi, Pincel. Oh, GG. That was a good fight, but having a powerful kit actually. Okay, I love this gun because I can do things like this. Just like the weapon here. Oh, I see. Probably you see that you hit me a lot of times, but what happens most of the time is that probably we have lag. So in your screen, you are seeing that you are just hitting me, and in my case, probably I don't see the damage. That's what probably happened here. As you see as an example, Vincel is moving, but he can see the actual position where I am located. Oh, very good. As you see, as an example, you hit me like 4 times in the air, so I get completely killed. But yeah, sometimes that happens. You know, it's some bugs in MiniWorld. Okay. Let's see what I got here. I got a good... No! Oh, yeah. Oh. No, I wasn't able to do it. Yeah, you kill me. Alright. So let's see what we got here. No! The power of the lag. Now you can kill me very easily because you need to hit me only 1 time, and even if I move you, I will be in the same position in your area. And you can kill me very easily with that, okay? But it was very fun. Alright, so let's see. So in this case, when we have that amount of lag, I need to be a void to be seen. Okay, very good. Yes, it's a little bit of lag. Okay. No, you only hit me 1 time and you send me fly away. Okay, so I have to create some specific defense here that is going to be the hypermass one, so that one won't allow me to fly that far away. Okay guys, so we finished the room. It was a GG as always, and thank you so much for playing with me. Right now I have to end the room, but thank you so much for playing, guys. You are great, and remember, you can tell me or you can talk to me in Discord anytime to show me your maps and give you a feedback about the map before you submit it, okay? For now, that will be it. Thank you so much for playing. See you in the next MiniCamp. Bye-bye, guys. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to tell your mom, your dad, your friends about this channel.